Abdul Muhaji Shali. Vasco da Gama came here early 1593. They used the local people to carve this rock as a military base until 1661, when the leaders of Mombasa traveled to Oman. They went there to seek military assistance to come and expel the Portuguese in Mombasa. It took about 2 good years to siege the fort, while Portuguese inside, they were dying for starvation and plague. That was 1696 to 1698. So the Portuguese dying inside here, there are some skeletons remaining today, but the Sultan of Oman from 1741 until 1837 took over the fort, bringing some spices, ivory towards to Oman country. Later, the same fort became as a trading center for the slaves sending to Oman, but later the British had to stop abolishing the slave trade. 1870, no more slave in East Africa. That was the end of the Portuguese. 1729, 1895, the Arabs, they were here until 1912, when the Sultan of Oman has stabbed his brother, assassinated. Now we go to look the main part of the Indian Ocean there. We start a new part of the history. The foundation of the Fort Jesus, it was naturally with a rock of 7 meters. It has been added some material like clay, lime, honey and jaggery to increase the height of the fort wall with 3 passages. The first passage, it has been named Passage of the Arches. The second passage, Passage of the Step. The third passage, Passage of the Slaves. So, Fort Jesus, it has suffered a lot of history like a siege, murder, starvation, bombardment and treachery. Now, we are coming to the entrance of the natural harbor of Mombasa. The island of Mombasa, it has connected 3 parts with no bridge, no ferry. So the island, when the British came here as British East Africa Protectorate, took over, and then Mombasa has been added with the Nyali Bridge, north, south the ferry, and west of Mombasa the causeway. Now we are coming to the San Mateus Bastion. This corner was guarded by the entrance of the Felipe Bastion. The name is there, over there, up. San Mateus Bastion. We are coming to the San Felipe Bastion. These 4 corners, they were very important to guard the entrance of this island, Mombasa. So the name for Jesus became, or it has been named, while the Portuguese, they were Christian, they had to spread the word of God in Mombasa, but the Ottoman Empire, they were here in 14th century. So the island was already with some Muslim in Mombasa. No Christian were made by Portuguese. So the Omani Arab, they were here in a century, guarding the entrance of the natural harbor to Mombasa, while now we are standing to the Felipe Bastion. Right inside the fort here, with the guide named Abdul, there are almost 35 cannons, which they have been used by Portuguese in 1 century. They have been used by the Omani Arabs for a century also, and 20 good years. Then the same cannons, they have been used as a prison by the British East Africa They have been used as a prison by the British East Africa Protectorate. All right. Now, when the British took over the fort, they opened it as a prison with some cannons called carronades. The carronades were the one which they have been invented in 1855, while all Portuguese expelled away, Omani Arab expelled away, and the Turkish, they were expelled away. So the system was British East Africa Protectorate. They landed in Mombasa, and then we are now walking to the 3rd place of Mombasa here in the fort to look some Portuguese wall painting. The painting, they were just drawn by old soldiers inside. They were from 17th century. You are going to see figures of the soldiers, ships, and some words written like Saubac, possibly was the name of the ship, some fishes, an animal like chameleon, and then you are going to see 2 flags. The first flag was a cross flag by the Portuguese. The second flag was an Arab flag with half moon. The painting there here, Fatima. These were the painting, Fatima, removed from one of the wall. You see them there? We can go inside by that side. Can we go? Okay, wait. Okay, follow me. I want you to see everything you see by your eyes, which was back dating 1860. It says that inna fatah laka fathan mubinan. Verily, we have given to the Muslim the victory that they have expelled the Portuguese from Mombasa. No Portuguese were left except the skeleton, and you are going to see some skeleton where they were buried in early 17th century. Now, let's walk and look at the Portuguese. These were the paintings collected from one of the walls. San Felipe Bastion was the commander who was commanding the instruction of the Portuguese. Here, they were fighting with the Omani Arab. The first flag was the cross flag over there. The second flag was by the Arabs. So, come up. They have been written from 17th century. These were the ships, and they have been preserved here for 400 years. So the painting, they were just done with black and red oxide. The materials were brought by the Portuguese when they arrived here in Mombasa since 1498. The third part of the history, it is by the Portuguese who died here, late 17th century. All those Portuguese soldiers and the sailors, when the Omani Arab captured the fort, they sieged the fort for 2 years and 9 months. While Portuguese, they were dying for starvation and plague inside here. The last commander, we are now standing to see Pedro Letao de Gamboa, was the last Portuguese commander who was buried here with his mates inside as the soldiers. Almost 150 soldiers, they were buried by the Omani Arab and took over. So, San Alberto was the last corner of the fort where all soldiers and sailors, they were buried according to the Christianity. All Christians, they have to close or to fold their hands on the stomach area. But the Omani Arab, they have to raise their hands while the head is facing towards to Qibla, Mecca. Muslim is different way how they are being buried, but Christian, it's how now you can see it here. This is a whale. In English, in Kiswahili we call nyangumi, the fish who solves Prophet Yunus in Caucasus Ocean. So, this is a humpback whale which was found in 1992 June. He died because of the waves, and it was just washed ashore in Tana River County near Lamu. This whale is a juvenile male of 19 years to 24 years old. They say it is a 40 metric tons weighing, and the largest creature, it was a blue whale in the Japan Ocean. The second is a white whale. The third is a killer whale. Those type of whales, they were the ones who are being seen in this ocean from Indian Ocean, Mediterranean Sea, and Black Sea. So, this, the humpback whale travel 25,000 kilometers, that is 16,000 miles each year. It feeds only in the winter, and it's a breed on summer. The picture shows us there, as you can see, Fatima, that twins are being bred. Humpback milk is 50% fat and pink in color. Females reach sexual maturity at the age of 5, achieving full adult size a little later. Males reach sexual maturity at approximately 7 years of age. Humpback whales' lifespan range from 45 to 100 years, fully grown. The males average 13 to 14 meters. Females are slightly longer at 15 to 16 meters. One large recorded specimen was 19 meters 62 feet long and had pectoral fins measuring 6 meters 20 feet each. Body mass typically is in the range of 25 to 30 metric tons, 28 to 33 short tons, with a large space weighing over 40 metric tons, that is 44 short tons. Story of siege, murder, starvation, bombardment and treachery for 5 centuries and 29 good years. Now, this fort has been architected by an Italian from Goa. The fort, it lies tranquilly like a cross of Jesus because Muslims, they were already in Mombasa under the Turkish expedition, Ottoman Empire. We were already having all Muslims in this area, and the Omani Arabs, our brothers Hood from Oman, Zanzibar and Mombasa, they just there came together. They expelled all the Portuguese in Mombasa. As we have seen some skeleton here, we have seen part of the fort. Now, Fatima, that is the end of the history.